twice before. So, Randie, welcome back.
I'm thrilled to be here. Thrilled to be here.
So you've been down here in North Carolina for a few days, right?
Right.
And
Right.
just touring around, having a big fun time.
I really have been. I really have been.
Have you been playing much music?
I have. This time it's been mostly radio.
Yeah.
You know, and stopping to see some of my friends along the way. I had a house concert on Monday night, which are always so much
So
fun.
fun.
Great.
Oh, those are a blast. So always want to do more of those.
So as you know, or hopefully remember, we like to give any of our listeners who are not familiar with you an introduction via your music. So we'd like to ask you to just jump in and play a song for us.
Okay. Now I brought you some goodies. Inside that goodie bag is a sing-along card.
Oh, Kim's going to be singing
What?
along.
Oh,
Kim is gonna
she
be
is.
singing
So is
along.
Bob.
Because during COVID, if you asked me what I missed, I would tell you it's the sidewalks. So sidewalks to me are adventure, going to meet people, I'm going to do things, I'm going to be out and about. So you both have sing-along cards. So, and the chorus just goes, and I remember sidewalks all along the way, places that I go and friends that I know, the dreams I have followed, some lost along the way. I remember sidewalks, take me where I need to go.
I can
All right.
follow that. And so can Bob, and so will Bob. Bob.
All right,
I'll get there eventually.
all right. So we're going to try with the verse.
Okay.
Doors open to the world and off we go. Sometimes it brings you flowers, blue skies for hours. The wind can change and there's a storm. Stand firm, this too shall pass. Stay strong, your dreams will last. The world's awaiting you. Here we go. And I remember the sidewalks all along the way, the places that I go and friends that I know, the dreams I have followed, some lost along the way. I remember the sidewalks, take me where I need to go. All right, second verse. A river runs wide when there's a storm. Around a corner, a bridge to tomorrow, and then the wind's against your back. Stand firm, this too shall pass. Stay strong, your dreams will last. The world's awaiting you. And I remember sidewalks all along the way. It's great. The places that I go and friends that I know, the dreams I have followed, some lost along the way. I remember sidewalks, take me where I need to go. Okay, now we got some do-to-do's.
Oh, okay. That's all you, Bob. Doop de doop doop.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. The world's awaiting you. Here we go, one last time. And I remember sidewalks all along the way, the places that I go and friends that I know, the dreams I have followed, some lost along the way. I remember sidewalks, take me where I need to go. Take me where I need to go. Do, 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 do. Take me where I need to go. are great.
Randie O'Neil live here on Pass the Hat. And dear listeners, I am so sorry you had to hear me sing. We'll try and fix it in post. We'll auto-tune it before we put it out on the servers tonight.
Good call, Bob.
And you are here listening live with Randie O'Neil. We hope you're on the live streams. You can find the live streams at WHUP Pass the Hat, at WHUP Pass the Hat, on your favorite live streaming services. And your favorite live streaming services are Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And you can learn more about Randie, and you're going to want to learn more about Randie at randieoneil.com. That's Randie with an I-E, O'Neil with an E-I.
Oh, you remember that? Because if you use a Y, you get a baseball player. So,
Which is not so bad.
it's not terrible.
I mean, you might be
Bet
into
they
baseball.
can't
I don't
sing.
know.
Yeah.
I'm just, they can't sing. Maybe. I don't know.
That's true. I have never met a baseball player that could sing.
And see, and now the airwaves are going to be flooded with, but I can sing.
If you're a baseball player and you can sing, reach out to us at
That's right.
WHUP Pass the Hat at Gmail, and we will book you.
More specifically,
maybe.
Bob Johnson at G. No, I'm kidding.
Why are we? Oh, we
Why are we here? We are gathered here today.
are gathered here today. We are enjoying Randie O'Neil's live music here in the Pass the Hat studios. Randie, down from Points North.
Points North. I had just moved from New Jersey to Pennsylvania.
Congratulations.
Yes. Yes.
What part of Pennsylvania? Because there's so many different regions, and they're all very
And
different.
they're all very different. I am in between Easton and Bethlehem.
Okay.
So
I've seen those on the map.
Well, it's a beautiful area. It really is a lovely kind of rolling. It's got the gently rolling hills, but you also have access to the stuff that you need.
right.
Didn't
Yeah.
Kirk Ridge grow up in Pennsylvania?
He grew up in the Pittsburgh area, I think the
Right.
greater Pittsburgh area.
Pittsburgh and Allentown are like twin cities
Yeah.
because they're both steel towns.
Right.
You could be in either one and like they look the same, the same type of, mentality, the same struggle when the steel fell. So.
Oh, yeah, when everything moved overseas and everyone was left holding the bag.
Right. Except Billy Joel, Allentown, I guess, is easier to rhyme than Pittsburgh.
Yeah, at least they got a song out of it.
Right. We got a song. So there it is.
So, speaking of songs, Randie, what is it that makes you write songs?
Yeah, I love the creative energy of writing songs. When I started out early on, it was a therapy for me.
Sure.
Going through what I was going through with alcoholic step parents. My stepfather was an alcoholic, and he could take many things from me, but he couldn't take my voice.
Right.
So eventually I started writing things down, and then I started organizing it and structuring it into songs. It took me a long time to get confident to sing it in front of people.
Oh, sure. It's a process.
Yes.
Learning
Yes.
how to sing and learning that your voice is okay and that the words you wrote are okay.
Right. Right. I learned some lessons during COVID because life wasn't happening. So I started kind of writing from prompts and I have ideas for a song. And that's a whole different process. And I had a lot of fun with that. I didn't have to wait to get dumped or anything to write a song. I could just come up and go, there are some sidewalks. So let's write about that. And it's a really different process. And I really enjoyed it.
We talk about prompts and songwriting groups quite a bit here on Pass the Hat because we are all about songwriters, and I think I'm the only one ever in the studio who is not a songwriter, and it always surprises me that almost every songwriter that walks in here says prompts are magical, that they just they just make a song come out. Where
Right.
to me it would seem just the opposite. Give me a prompt and all of a sudden I'm stuck on some specificity where I had this great wealth of general ideas I could bring up, and everyone said no, just the opposite. It kind of clarifies the thinking and focuses you on a prompt.
Well, it's a freedom because, okay, you're writing about your life. Okay, I was writing a song about a guy that I wanted to like but couldn't, and I'll play that one for you in a little bit. But I'm like, he's going to listen to this. My family's going to listen to this, and they're going to know. And that's always in the back of your mind. But if you're writing from a prompt, you can take it anywhere you want it. It's kind of liberating
Yeah.
to do that.
So you're going to be writing from prompts a fair bit? going forward?
It really has changed my process. You know, it changed even things that are happened to me. It doesn't have to be a straightforward thing. You know, I can go a little bit more like kind of laterally with it. You know, embellish a little bit, or
Sure.
you know, change the ending. You know, because I try to have good messages and you know a little bit of inspiration and
But that's what filmmakers do. They take books and they change the ending and they make a movie and they make more money than the author wrote. So what's
True.
the difference?
Sometimes you need a Hollywood ending.
Kind of do.
Randie, can you play us another song?
All right. Let's go with this one. This one I'll stick with. This song just won a bunch of awards. World Songwriting Association, Video of the Year from ISA, and I have over 650,000 views on this video.
Nice.
So this was a prompt too because I did get dumped, but I'm like, but now I can't go out on the town like I do when you get dumped. You know, you put on your best jeans, you go out into town and you pretend nothing matters. You know, it's okay.
Yeah, you're free all of a sudden. You do whatever you want to.
You can do whatever you want. You pretend it doesn't matter. So I wrote this song called Queen of the Barstool Two-Step. All morning long, they're playing my song. Alone by day, it won't end that way. Lipstick on, you know what that means. I wanna be seen in my sweet blue jeans. Bring it on, I'm coming round. Line it up and I'll shoot it down. Bring it on, one by one. This is my town, here comes the sun. I'm queen of the Barstool Two-Step, chasing stars around the town. I'm queen of the Barstool Two-Step, chase dance around like I wear a crown. Don't get a look by the light of day. The stars come out, it won't end that way. My heart wants more, it's not keeping score. With these boots on, I'm in for more. Bring it on, I'm coming round. Line it up and I'll shoot it down. Bring it on, one by one. This is my time. Queen of the Barstool Two-Step, chasing stars around the town. I'm queen of the Barstool Two-Step, dance around like I wear a crown. It's not love or true blue. One day I'll get just what I'm due. I'm queen of the Barstool Two-Step. Step, step closer to my heart. 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 I'm queen of the Barstool Two-Step, chasing stars around the town. I'm queen of the Barstool Two-Step, dance around like I wear a crown. It's not love or true blue. One day I'll get just what I'm due. I'm queen of the Barstool Two-Step, chasing stars around the town. I'm queen of the Barstool Two-Step, dance around like I wear a crown.
Randie O'Neil live here on
The crowd
Pass
goes
the
crazy.
Hat. And that is a fantastic video. I watched that one just last week.
I did too.
So, and
And it got
won
banned
awards.
from Twitter.
Why?
I think because of
What
the
did
shot.
you do to annoy Elon Musk?
Oh yeah, right. I think it was the shots lined up. I think that's what they said.
That gets you banned from Twitter.
That got me of all the stuff.
that
That got
is
me banned from
bizarre.
Twitter. And it was iced tea in the thing, so there's that. So I don't know.
The AI is weird out there. Because you know it's
It's-
not a person making that decision.
I
It's just
know.
some AIs looking at it and saying, no, yeah, we can't have that.
It's a definitely flawed system for sure.
So, video won some awards.
Yep.
Who did you work with to make the video?
Well, it was a COVID song, so what I had to do is I had to beg a bar to open up and let me in.
Right.
Maggie McGee's the Irish pub turned me down, and a sidebar, this little dive bar in Pompton Lakes, let me in. And my photographer came out, and it was just me and him and the bartender, jumping around.
Well, that's kind of what you want for that song is a dive
Yeah.
bar anyway. So that worked
Yeah,
out well.
because it actually is kind of a lonely song.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's not love, but I'm going out into town anyway, and pretend it's okay. So.
Well, it works. Y'all get out there and watch that video. And again, you can find it at RandieO'Neil.com. That's Randy with an I-E, O'Neil with an E-I.
EI. 1L.
RandieO'Neil.com. And you have, you're in front of the camera quite a bit because you've got a nice podcast going on too that you do regularly on the ranch.
On the ranch, when I won the award, I was approached by a music platform called Blast Music 24/7. And they're like, we're expanding our platform. We want to move into country music.
Right.
Would you, find the up-and-coming indie Americana country artist, and I bring them on to the show on the ranch, Monday nights, 7 Eastern time, and we talk country music.
Fun.
It is fun.
That's kind of what we do. Wait, she's the competition.
Never.
I think
Never.
it'll be okay. I actually found the website, Blast Music 24/7. It's blastmusic247.com. And it's interesting. It sounds like this person and you share some things in common. It's Michael Lanthier, he's the person who does this thing. Really interesting story that got him started in his music. I love that.
Yay.
Yeah, check it out.
It's good when those stories come together. So check
Yeah.
out Blast 24/7 Music and Randy O'Neil on the Ranch. Because
On the Ranch.
you've got several of those in the can that people can go out and see them in chronological order from
Right.
newest to oldest. And there's some good stuff out
And
there.
it's just very interesting because, country music means it's a big, broad field these days, what
Oh, yeah.
people are calling country music. And it means different things to different people. And you think of country music in the South, but I'm interviewing people from Ontario, New Zealand, the South, like California. And it's really, really interesting where they see country music.
Everyone has their own idea of what country music is
Right.
and is not.
Right. Right. Like
We could start a fight.
And there seems to be a divide between the old country, the standard country, and I'm considered a modern country.
That's not country.
That's not country. They don't know what it is.
Well, yeah, I don't know what country is, but I know it when I hear it, is
Right.
what everybody says. So it's either it's their Randy Travis and
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash and Conway Twitty, or it's Jason Aldean, or who's your daughter's biggest crush right now?
Don't get me started.
Morgan Wallen.
Shut up. Yes, Morgan Wallen. There's also Lainey Wilson. A lot of the women in new country are really paving a different sort of way. They're learning from, but also branching out from Dolly and Loretta and all the women.
My favorite right now, Amethyst Kia, is just amazing.
Okay, I'm going to blow your minds right now. Do you know Taylor Swift is technically a country artist?
She started off that way.
She started out
Yeah.
in Nashville. I mean, she had top writers from the time she was 15. That's why they moved to Nashville. They had money.
Right.
They brought in this machine. Go for it. She's a songwriter.
It's worked out pretty good for her, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. That's not everyone's story in Nashville these days,
No,
but
absolutely not.
Nashville's dead to me. They snobbed me this time around, and I'm like,
Well, but Pennsylvania is lucky to have you, and as are we, and we'd love to hear another song.
Yes, we would.
all right, you know what we're gonna do? This one's a country song. This is that song that I told you about before, about the guy that, he checks all the boxes and he does what he says he's going to do. And you're just like, okay, like, is it going to get started? And it's called The Dance. Sitting at the bar like I did the night before. He buys a drink and I know what he thinks. Looking fine, he's kinda on my mind. He comes in at 6, I always predict. Tell me, will there be a spark? Tell me, when will my heart start? We go through this dance and call it romance. We go through this dance and call it romance. Played that better. Don't even put on my fancy clothes. I can impress with just a few drinks. The seed is there, but will it grow? The night moves on and it's moving slow. Tell me, will there be a spark? Tell me, when will my heart start? We go through this dance and call it romance. We go through this dance and call it romance. We go through the motions with no real emotions. This dance that we dance, this routine of me and you. Tell me, will there be a spark? Tell me, when will my heart start? We go through this dance and call it romance. We go through this dance and call it romance. Tell me, will there be a spark? Tell me, when will my heart start? We go through this dance and call it romance. We go through this dance and call it romance.
Yay.
Now there's some truth in there right there.
But he's doing all the right things,
He is.
and it's still not going anywhere. Where's the spark? It's basically a story about my life.
Well, that's delightful, isn't it?
Isn't it delightful? What does he have to do? What does he do to make that spark happen?
I know. And there's some keys in there, like, the night goes on, it's going slow. He's predictable. He does the same
boring.
thing. You know what he's after.
Song about my life.
You're not even sure if he's into it or if he's just kind of, it's a game for him too. It's just this whole dance, I don't do well in bars, I take it. Every bar song I wrote is just like a disaster. Like, it's just not going well.
But it's interesting. I don't know that we always hear a lot of songs about ennui, about boredom, like that. We hear a lot of songs about emotional cliffs and emotional climaxes, but we don't always hear about emotional stasis. That's a pretty hard song to write.
And you know
It
what?
happens to all of us.
It does.
You're right.
And it was a process with Tom Joya, my producer, because he's like, this is kind of boring. And I'm like, yes. And he's like,
get it.
what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You don't write boring songs, number one. I said, but it has to kind of just bop along.
Yeah.
It can't get going too much. It can't really get cooking, but yet we have to keep people interested. And it was a really, really fine balance with this song in the studio.
Yeah, it would be totally inappropriate to be halfway through that song and have this face-melting guitar solo come screeching across the front.
And what happened when we did the video? I did it with my partners, my music partners. I have this company called Artist Edge Collective. And Johnny Chase was the love interest. And we were having fun. And I'm like, we have to stop this because it looks like this is working out because we're having all this fun.
You guys are having the spark there. We're not supposed to have the spark.
There's no spark here. And we just kept laughing. And we're playing pool and I'm supposed to be bored. And I'm like, but I like pool, So the video, we were just having a little bit more too much fun, but that's okay. It's a fun video.
I think that's a good lesson, though. We know a lot of singer-songwriters listen to this show. And sometimes we've had people here and we talk to people in our community and they talk about, I've got some writer's block. I haven't been writing lately. Not much has been happening in my life. And here's the lesson to walk away with tonight. Not much needs to be happening in your life.
Correct.
You can write about, talk about being in the middle of the pond and there's no wind. You can just write about that.
Yeah.
Think about big songs that have been written like that. Let It Be. Let It Be is a very chill song, really. Let it be, let it be. It's very meditative. And so if you're sitting here tonight like, man, I want to write me a song, sit in the middle of the pond and just be bored and see what comes of it. Yeah. Go to that prompt.
Be part of the moment.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
We all live our lives waiting for that next big thing to happen.
We do. But life is not big things happening.
True.
Life is you sitting around chilling.
Yeah, Sidewalks was wishing I was out there,
Right.
I wasn't out there. This is about, I wish I liked this guy, but I'm bored to tears, Like, I don't even dress up for the poor guy. Like, I don't even put on my fancy clothes. Like, come on now.
Yeah. Well,
So
Randie,
bad.
I think before the top of the hour, we've got time for a quick song.
All right.
Yeah? Yeah, I think we do.
Oh, we got to hear Don't Tell Mama.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Okay, well, of course we don't tell Who tells Mama?
Everyone
Video does
growing
that.
up. For me, it was last week, but that's okay.
Oh, that's right. Tell Mama. Tell
Tell
her.
Mama. For me, it was just last week. Things that you don't want to tell your mama to find out about.
Okay.
So this is Don't Tell Mama.
Okay.
In the morning light, it really shows off the town what everybody knows. What happens then comes back around. You better hope no one makes a sound. You're sneaking in and then you're sneaking out. We all know the company you keep. It's fun and games till it hits the fan. What you gonna do? 'Cause they all ran. Don't tell mama things you've been up to. Don't tell mama things that we all knew. Don't tell mama, but I ain't gonna lie. Don't tell mama you found your wild, wild side. What you gonna say to make this okay? Friends around, no one would stay. Do you remember what went down? Here you stand, not making a sound. Don't tell mama things you've been up to. Don't tell mama things that we all knew. Don't tell mama that I ain't gonna lie. Don't tell mama you better run and hide. Hey there, sister, what you gonna do? Hey there, sister, they found you in the nude. Hey there, sister, do you think you went too far? Better the police than if mama gets ya. Don't tell mama things you've been up to. Don't tell mama things that we all knew.
live here on Pass the Hat. Don't tell Mama, but you better tell Mama. And also, Mama probably knows more than she lets on. And
It is the top of the hour. That means we need to tell you, because the FCC said so, that you are listening to WHUP LP Hillsboro. And also, you know what it means? Spokesmodel time. I don't know. Like, we need a little jig for that.
that's right. We are entering the second hour of Pass the Hat. And Randy, there's a brown box next to you. If you could be our Vanna White very briefly.
Great.
Support
See,
for this.
I default to the Price is Right people. But that's just me.
It's a generational thing.
Whatevs. Okay.
Support for this second hour of Pass the Hat is sweetly provided by Matthew's Chocolates, 104 North Churton Street, Hillsboro, North Carolina, the finest in chocolate and chocolate accessories for all of your chocolate needs. And let's face it, you all have chocolate needs.
My favorite.
Randy has a nut allergy. We guarantee no nuts in this chocolate, which we've made this mistake in the past.
Last time I'm like salivating over this chocolate. They're like, that's a hazelnut chocolate. I'm like, oh, cheers.
So Matthew goes to great pains not to kill anybody with his chocolate.
Because death is bad.
Death is bad. So we did let him know last week that there was no nut thing, and so
thrilled.
he put together a nice little box of chocolates. And Matthew just does. He's a master of mixing flavors and bringing things together. He really is good at what he does, and what he's really good at doing is making those truffles and hand painting them. And you want to give them as Christmas presents. Y'all do not show up on Christmas Eve expecting to be able to buy any chocolates. Place your orders by Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving is really soon, isn't it, Kim?
It is. It is this Thursday.
Yeah, so place your orders
Yeah.
like by
Toot
next
sweet.
Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, he did. I think he's anticipating a lot of people on Black Friday and then on local Saturday. You know, it's
Right.
local business Saturday. So if you're in town in Hillsboro, come down Churton Street, and Matthew will be here taking orders when all of the local businesses will be showcasing their wares.
And when you're placing your order, get yourself some of the hot chocolate. I don't care if it's 80 degrees outside. Get yourself some of the hot chocolate. It will blow your mind.
Their mixologist happens to live in my home. So Lucy is my daughter, and she is mixing his hot chocolate at this time.
Oh, that's amazing.
And he makes his own marshmallows, so you get his home-crafted hot chocolate with the homemade marshmallows. By the way, a couple of those big brick-looking things in there
Yeah?
are his homemade marshmallows
I'll show you guys.
enrobed in chocolate.
Look at this.
They are quite
it's
good.
like gold.
Yes, he is an
Oh,
artist
it's all
as well.
shiny. This probably isn't doing it justice, but this looks amazing.
Yes, it's all
Oh,
fantastic
my goodness.
stuff.
The
Okay,
nonpareils.
we've been nice enough to Matthew now. We don't like him that much. He's gotten like 15 minutes of airtime, 4 minutes of airtime
Okay.
already.
It's all good.
All right.
And y'all, we are here with Randie O'Neil live here in the studio again. RandieO'Neil.com. There's Randy with an I-E, O'Neil with an E-I. RandieO'Neil.com.
Yeah.
And check out her podcast, Randy on the Ranch, because it's not just Randy you get to see there. It's various country music artists she gets to interview and play music
Right.
from, and probably folks you have not heard of before.
Right.
And you get to hear their music.
Right.
Is that just the funnest thing you've ever done? Is
It
have people come
really,
and play music
really
for you?
is. And, you know, it's great because on my website, on the shows tab, you can actually apply to be on the show.
Oh, cool.
And I'm getting, again, people from all over the place. And it's really, really cool.
Yes.
Really cool where they're coming from. And I had people chiming in because it's an interactive broadcast.
Right.
So someone from South Africa chimed in, yeah, we listen to country music here too. And I'm like, kidding me. This is great stuff.
Yeah, now you need someone from South Africa who show up with their guitar and play some music,
I
which
know.
will probably happen. That's
I
the
hope so.
beauty of this wonderful connected world we have.
It really is. I wonder what time that would be. They would be, that's like the middle of the night for them. I
Oh,
think.
they can wake up. It's
It's fine. It's worth waking up for.
Well, I think you need to, if our listeners are starting to fall asleep, I think you should wake them back up and play us another song.
okay.
Yeah.
But the guitar's on the floor.
Well, I gave her some lead time. So she could, maybe you could go help her out there, Bob.
I don't know,
Okay.
that floor is far away.
This is a song, it was from a prompt. I was actually at a writer's workshop with Ellis Paul and Dan Navarro.
Sweet.
And because of COVID, I was able to join them at their New England Songwriters Retreat. And my prompt is to write a song about pride. And I'm like, I'm an adult child of an alcoholic. I don't think I have any pride.
It's hard to
And
find
I'm
it.
sitting there panicking, sweating. I'm in front of these like top people. And I'm like, well, that's the song. I don't have any pride. So the song is Daddy's Pride. I'm the girl on the playground, kids all around. I'm on a corner, can't hear a sound. I'll stay in my room with my guitars for the afternoon. It's where I belong. But one day they were gone. And who are you to me now? Who are you to me now? My daddy, he never taught me pride. My daddy, he never taught me pride. With a drink in his hand and evil in his eyes, my daddy never taught me pride. Children laugh and play. I never knew life that way, but I'll face the day and I'll do it my way. But who are you to me now? Who are you to me now? My daddy, he never taught me pride. My daddy, he never taught me pride. With a drink in his hand and evil in his eyes, my daddy never taught me pride. Guess I'm on my own with a song for a soul, but I hold my head up high. I always get by, 'cause daddy, I'll find it on my own. Daddy, I'll find it on my own. But who are you to me now? Who are you to me now? My daddy, he never taught me pride. My daddy, he never taught me pride. With a drink in his hand and evil in his eyes, my daddy hasn't taught me pride. With a drink in his hand and evil in his eyes, my daddy never taught me pride.
Randie O'Neil live with us here in the studio. Did you manage to find that pride in some things?
I did. But, you know, when you're raised in that type of chaotic environment, you know, feeling abandoned, unloved, unwanted,
It's tough.
it is really tough to be yourself and say, you know what, my parents are not going to define me, you know.
Right, you have nothing there to let you know that you're okay.
Right, you have no frame of reference.
Right.
You know, how to do things right. You just know how things are not supposed to be. And, you know, it took my one mentor when I was going through grad school, she went to me, she said, you know, you can't pick your family, but you can build your support network. And that's what you start to do. You start to pick positive people who, you know, you connect with, bring the best out in you, challenge you to be the best you can, and you could offer support back.
And you were a crisis counselor for quite a while in public schools in New Jersey, and I imagine this was a line of reasoning or a line of thinking that you really encountered quite a bit.
Right. You know what? I was good at it because there was a lot that the kids would come in that there's nothing they could do that I probably haven't thought of or done or tried or,
Right.
whatever mistakes that I've made. And can sympathize with them. But my job was to help them make better decisions, help them to stand up on their own
Sure.
on their own terms. And I know I had that growing up and wanted to be that person who could give it back.
Were there crisis counselors in school when you were in school? Did you have people you could talk to?
They did, because I had to switch high schools my senior year. Don't recommend.
That was a tough time.
But there was actually a truant officer, and they said, Randie, anytime you needed to talk, I could step out of class and go, talk to this,
that's nice.
this truant officer. And he was really nice and spent a lot of time. And then in college, I went to Moravian in Pennsylvania, and when I was a history department assistant, and I spent a lot of time with Dr. Stinson,
Nice.
talking to him. So I started to build my network of support, because it took me a while to realize I was kind of smart and could get through college and
Right.
could compete with these people. It didn't quite sink in for a while, like why I was there.
Sure, you didn't have people at home telling you you're good enough, you're smart enough, you can do this, we got your back. It really was and probably felt totally solo.
It was foreign. They kept putting me in college prep courses, and I'm like, why? I'm not the type of kid that goes to college.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm like, well, the steel fell. There isn't any jobs. What else am I going to do? And I put myself through,
Yay, you.
Yep.
I didn't turn on my own microphone. I was so busy listening. Now you've had a lot of success with the music that you've released thus far. And now looking forward, what is your next musical project, or what's the next theme of writing that's driving you right now?
Right now, I just released Don't Tell Mama's only been out about a month and a half.
Okay.
And the video is out. It's probably going to be re-released again after the holidays, the
Okay.
song, The Dance. And then I'm going to release another song, and then my album's going to drop in February.
Okay.
So I've been building. I have 2 more videos to do for that, which is my most fun thing to do. So I have a couple videos to do. I like to do it for each song just because I love doing videos. And it's like my inner child, my sandbox.
Yeah.
When you're a kid and you're playing a sandbox, anyone can come play in your sandbox.
Right.
But when you grow up, you forget you have a sandbox.
Yeah.
So I think video for me is my sandbox because people will jump in videos and join you in your whatever you're doing. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's the old, hey, let's get the gang together and put on a show. And it's got to be a whole lot of fun to do.
Yeah, it really, really is.
Well, I'm here to hear more of what's going on in the sandbox. Would love to hear another song.
Okay. I'm trying to think what other song I want to do. In full disclosure, when I was moving, I destroyed this knuckle. I'm having trouble barcoding.
Who did you
Oh
punch?
no.
What?
Who did you punch?
I hit a wall. I was carrying
what
a
they all
bike.
say.
I know. This is called I Walk Alone. But again, this isn't a lonely song. This is sometimes you have to be on your own path. And this is from 2 albums ago, but for some reason, you release a song and they have a life of their own. Mm-hmm. And so for some reason in Spain and Brazil, this song just kind of picked up, which is really quite interesting.
Fun.
You're out on the town, like I'm not around. You do as you please. What's in it for me? You're taking your toll. My heart's grown cold. I walk alone, to get back the love you stole. I walk alone, to find the love I'm owed. You take me for granted, I'd be stranded like the wind in the sea. I go where I wanna be. You're taking your toll. My heart's grown cold. I walk alone, I walk alone to get back the love you stole. I walk alone, I walk alone to find the love I'm owed. Moving, moving on. I'm moving, moving on. I'm already gone. I'm already gone. I walk alone, I walk alone. Get back the love you stole. I walk alone, I walk alone to find the love I'm owed.
Yay.
I think that's my new favorite Randie O'Neil song.
It's like it feels like a standard classic, you know.
It's a meditation on that idea.
You do a fair amount of walking alone, don't you, Kimberly?
Well, who doesn't though?
Right.
We come into this world alone. We leave this world alone.
Well, I think it's a good point. We all should.
Yeah, and
Be
we
able to, at least.
walk through much of it on our own, even when we're surrounded by people. I've lived in the big cities. I've done that. And there have been times at which I never felt more alone than I was when I was walking among quite literally tens of thousands of people, because it's like walking in a forest full of trees who cannot see you. And they don't care.
Yeah, there's something about being anonymous in a crowd where you can't be anonymous when there's only 5 people.
Yeah.
But we forget that it's our journey.
Yeah, that's it.
And a lot of times problems with relationship when one dominates and you lose yourself in a relationship and you don't feel like you have a say, you stop doing things you like to do.
Good point.
And you really get lost in yourself.
Be smothered or absorbed into somebody else.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And you do things to please them and you do things they like to do, you know, and you don't remember your own journey.
Right.
Right.
Well, let's. We usually have a point in the show where it's gear time, and I know we kind of surprised you. We had a little miscommunication about playlist and playing live, and you had to run back out to your car and grab your travel guitar. So is it? I can't see the headstock. Is this a Rain song?
It's a Rain song.
It's it's everybody's favorite travel guitar because you could use it as a canoe paddle.
You can.
But
But
sounds
don't.
good.
It's an amazing sounding guitar, and they are going out of business.
Say
I'm
what?
distraught. I'm like, I want to buy like, but then again, this one is going to last me forever.
It'll last
but
forever, yeah.
if you like the sound of this guitar, what they have in stock is all they will have, and they're clearing out. The owner is retiring, and I don't think anyone's taking it over.
That is too
I
bad.
hope somebody keeps it on because it's a beautiful, beautiful guitar.
Yeah, it to be so amazingly weatherproof and sound that good. It's a powerful combination. But
Right.
When you're at home and playing music, just yourself in your room, what guitar do you pick up? What's your favorite to pick up and play?
Honestly, this Rhine song is my go-to guitar. Again, with the
Excellent.
injury to my hand, which is kind of serious, I just bought a PRS Piazzo, and it's a semi-hollow body, but it has 2 inputs, one for acoustic style songs and the other for electric. It is the most versatile
fun.
guitar, and it is so fun. And again, for my injury, it's a lot easier to play
Right.
than an acoustic. So
Yeah,
that's
so
like my new...
Because of the injury to your hand, it's very difficult for anything with a tall action or anything that takes much pressure to be able to play like
Right,
every
like-
acoustic guitar.
Yeah, the bar chording.
Yeah.
is problematic. So, but I'm trying to avoid surgery, so I'm trying to be good.
Well, speaking of gear, Bob, Kirk is always very positive, and I think he's always excited by the fact that you have kind of hooked us up to the interwebs over the course of the pandemic. And we wanted to tell people how they can consistently find us. We are always broadcasting every Friday night from 6 to 8 p.m. at WHUPFM.org. If you want to just stream live, you can also stream through the TuneIn app whenever we're on. But if you want to look at our guests, and I have to say we have the handsomest of guests, you can go to one of several streaming services, and your favorite streaming services are Facebook and YouTube and Twitch, where you can watch our guests play live on Facebook and YouTube. The videos will be there ad infinitum or until Elon Musk buys them and changes their names to something stupid. Yeah. And Twitch will be on for about 2 weeks because they got to make room for all the gamers out there.
Exactly.
You know, they're very busy. And also,
find us at Pass the Hat at WHUP Pass the Hat on all of those services.
Yep. So that's how you can find us and our guests. And also, if you just click, we often tag our guests in the Facebook and in the YouTube videos. Oh, yes. You can click on their names, and then you can follow them as well and follow the lovely things that they're doing.
And you should always support the musicians we have on Pass the Hat. Support musicians everywhere. If you're just walking down the street and you hear live music coming out from the bar, walk in and put money in the tip bucket because we love our live musicians.
We do.
And for frame of reference, Spotify, a play is 30 seconds, and we get 0.0004 cents a play.
Which basically
making it
rounds
big.
To zero.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes billions of plays, it seems like, to get $1 out of Spotify. Or you can put money in the tip jar.
Right.
Or you can buy their merch.
Buy a
the
song.
CDs.
It's 99 cents. If you buy from a website, it all comes to me.
Right.
You know, and that's how you really support artists.
Yeah, you're not supporting the artist
Yeah.
that much going to Spotify and streaming. It helps a little bit, just pushing the algorithms a little bit, but absolutely buy the songs.
Right. Right.
Where can people, I know that you are dealing with the injury, so maybe live performances are not something you're super jazzed about right now, but in the near future, where can people, outside of your podcast, where can people find you or hear you?
Well, I actually have a fan page on Facebook called the Lost But Not Broken Club.
All right.
And
the
I will
cloud.
stream every Thursday, and they hear, as I'm working out songs, warts and all, they get to hear everything I do.
Oh, fantastic.
And there was one song, Don't Tell Mama. I had a different ending for the chorus. And then Paul Castiglia goes, no, she found her wild side. I'm like, of course she did. Boom, there it is. So, they see videos first. They talk to the people in the videos. So the Lost But Not Broken Club on Facebook. You'll be able to keep up with me live. I'm now booking for spring because I'm working on my album coming out, and I will be touring to support that.
Excellent.
So
follow you at RandieO'Neil.com to get all the latest updates.
Correct.
And Randie, I think we have time, if you would be so kind, as to play one more song to play us out.
Okay.
Yep. This is actually my breakout song from my first album, Not That Girl. And I had moved away from home, and I got a notice for a high school reunion.
Uh-oh.
I went,
Can go both ways.
they didn't know me
can't
then
it?
because we keep secrets. Children of alcoholics keep secrets. Nobody knows what's going on at home. And I'm like, they didn't know me then. Are they going to want to know me now?
Yeah.
And so while I was figuring it out, I wrote this song called Not That Girl. There's a town I left behind. So much time has gone by. This reunion calls me back. Not sure I wanna pack the memories of that old school. I still don't know the rules. Can't call this place my home now that I'm full grown. 'Cause the secrets of the past in your heart, they burn and last. And and the friends you left behind are shadows in your mind. Do you think about me? Do you know my name? Do you think about me? I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl you used to know. I'm a picture in a book. I bet you'll have to look. But did you even know what happened when I went home? 'Cause the secrets of the past in your heart, they burn and last. And the friends you left behind are shadows in your mind. Do you think about me? Do you know my name? Do you think about me? I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl you used to know. Do I face the past and make the journey back when all of my dreams were to leave and be free? Do you think about me? Do you know my name? Do you think about me? Do you know my name? Do you think about me? I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl you used to know.
So much truth. I can so relate to that. When I first went to my 10-year high school reunion, it was actually a really lovely event. And I have to say, high
There
school
was some
was
stress leading up to it, huh?
well, high school was mostly fine. Like I really went to school with good and decent people by and large. But there was a lot of hidden stuff because I grew up in some degree of chaos. Whether they would admit it was chaos, it was some chaos for similar reasons. And so when I went back to my high school reunion, it was lovely and it was great to connect with these people who I felt freer to be my real self around. And they gave out the funny, silly awards at the end of the night.
Right.
And I got the award most changed, like most difficult to recognize, because
You were short and squat back then?
no, no, it was just I was starting to turn into the person I was supposed to be.
Takes a while
Which was,
sometimes.
yeah, a little looser. Like I was pretty high strung in high school, like got to get the scholarships, got to get the grades.
You kind of needed to.
Yeah, I got to be in the top 3. And I had chilled. And that was, so I really heard that song. Like, I'm not that girl anymore. They shaped me, but now I'm this person.
Amen.
Yeah.
Randy, you touched somebody with that
Oh
song.
my God,
Yeah,
that's
a good thing.
amazing.
That's groovy.
That's all. That's makes everything worthwhile right
And
there.
y'all-
Right there.
You have been listening to a wonderful hour of Randie O'Neil live here in the studio. Learn more at randieoneil.com. That's Randy with an I-E, O'Neil with an E-I. I think I've got a new tagline now.
I think you do.
Yeah.
Well done, Bob.
And absolutely, follow her there, see where she's going to be playing, buy her music, and check out the podcast. It's really cool. And if you want to be on the podcast, click the button.
Yep.
And you can be on the podcast,
Right.
y'all. Randy, this is the point in the show where we turn off the live stream and we start playing songs that you brought in, and you get to intro and outro. So wave goodbye to the live stream, and I'll turn it off, and we'll be through with these people.
Thank you so much.
And do you remember the